name is Miki Lee and I am a medical doctor here in the Philippines. And if you'd like to become one, here is where your journey begins. Of course, everyone would have to go through primary and secondary education and then you reach senior high school. So here in the Philippines, we have plenty of strata to choose from, but most kids who would like to be a doctor would start with STEM, or the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics for its senior high schools. STEM is not a requirement but will definitely prime you to some basic sciences that you would eventually need in your pre-med and eventually your medical education. Pre-med or your pre-medical program or your college degree. So it's around 4 to 5 years depending on the program that you choose. And for pre-med, any bachelor degree is eligible for any medical school. However, some universities require certain units of science subjects. So if you're planning on getting non-pre-med course, you can take those and take electives for your science subjects. So that's something to take off the load eventually when you start applying for med school. So the next question I usually get is, what is the best pre-med? Honestly, there's no single best pre-med program. Every program is unique, and what's important is that it gives you a good foundation for the medical subject. For me, I'm a licensed physical therapist. What I can say I got from my program is that it gave me a good foundation for anatomy and physiology. But after that, that's basically, you know, it's not that big of a factor eventually when you go into your clinicals, when you go into, I mean, yeah, probably orthosurgery, but that's such a small part of the entire block of everything that you'd be studying on. So nursing is good for some clinical subjects. Courses like mine, physical therapy, occupational therapy, sports science, give you a good foundation for anatomy, physiology, and some neurology. Biology are very good in histology actually, and microbio and parasitology. Pharmacy are very good in pharmacology obviously, and such. So what's important is that you take the learnings that you get from your pre-med into your medical course. For me, what I appreciate from my pre-med is the discipline that I got and building a structure for my study habits, because it's very important when you go into medical school, as you cannot always rely on one thing. For example, you're used on studying on this kind of style, but then again, with the added load and all the load of medical school, it may not fit. So you would have to readjust and be flexible in that aspect. So finally finished the pre-med program. Congratulations, and now you'd have to take another test. The NMAT, or the National Medical Admission Test. So it's a standardized test to screen the candidates aspiring for a medical degree. It's important that you get good scores from this exam, because most universities and some scholarship grants would require certain percentile upon application. So top universities have higher percentile requirement. So I'll be putting the NMAT requirement for that. So upon application, there's for every university it's unique. So their process for taking in medical students vary. So some would have interview, some would not interview. It really depends. After that gruesome process of application, you now will enter your medical school. So medical school is a 4-year program. So the first 3 years usually is within the school, inside the classroom, some visits to the hospital depending on your university and your school program. And then on the fourth year, we have clerkship. So it's where you will be trained inside the hospital. So first year focuses more on the anatomy, physiology, biochemistry, community medicine. It's mostly learning the normal form and function of a human being. It's important that you get a good foundation for you during your first year, because you would rely heavily on that knowledge when you get to the next years. So you have to really do well in that year. So for the second year, it focuses on pathology, pharmacology, all the things that could possibly go wrong in the body. We would have to learn, so we know where to treat eventually. So third year is actually focuses more on the clinicals, pediatrics, surgery, internal medicine, psychiatry. It's where you apply everything you've learned for the past 2 years by diagnosing and planning management for the patients. So it's getting closer and closer to handling actual patients. And then you enter your fourth year, or clerkship, probably one of the most memorable year of the entire medical school journey, because for the full year, medical students would go and be at the hospital for an entire year. So there's no rest. That's where you go on duties. So you would spend 36 hours inside the hospital, and then do it the next day for another 7 hours, and then do it the next day for another 36-hour duty. It's the cycle of that. So clerkship or junior internship is where you rotate the different departments of the hospital, trying to learn the ropes. And we call ourselves the bottom of the food chain. We assist everybody in the hospital. We assist the patients, we assist the senior interns, we assist the residents and the attendings, and we are actually given tasks of handling these patients. Well, not managing, but at least assisting, surgeries, assisting the management, helping discuss case, attending all those case discussions, so we could learn to manage the patient accordingly. And there you have it. Congratulations, you have gone through your medical school, 4 years of medical school. Will you be taking the exam? No, you will have to take the internship first. So another full year of basically doing what the clerks had been doing, except you have more responsibility now. As interns, you are responsible for your clerks and yourself, and you report to the residents. So there's a hierarchy of that. So you've gone up another level. So yes, just like the junior interns, senior interns learn from each department through the year, which is also great. It's a great way to apply everything you've learned, and a good time to review for your exam. So during internship, you are allowed or given some time to review for the upcoming physician licensure exam. And then you take the board exams. You prepare 3 to 6 months for it. It really depends. It's the most awaited season of every medical student. It's held twice yearly, around February, March, and then later again around November, October, November. So this period of intense studying will prepare you to one of the most important exams of your life. There will be several more exams later on during your training, but physician licensure exam will allow you to practice your profession and will allow you to become a doctor. So after this exam, you may be able to practice in general medicine, and you may continue on to your residency of choice. So there you go. That's how you become a medical doctor in the Philippines. The journey is exhausting, but if you love what you do and you have the passion for it, then it'll all be worth it at the end. So good luck to you, and see you around, doc.